So students, now we are going to study about constraints on American power. अब हमने ये तो देख लिया कि यूएस हेजेमनी का मतलब क्या है एंड यूएस हेजेमनी किस किस तरीक़ों से हमें आज देखने को मिलती है इन विद रिस्पेक्ट टू लाइक यूएस हेजेमनी एज अ हार्ड पावर, हेजेमनी एज अ सॉफ्ट पावर एंड हेजेमनी एज अ स्ट्रक्चरल पावर. तो हमें पता है कि अमेरिका इज़ अ वेरी डोमिनेंट कंट्री टुडे बिकॉज यू नो वी आर लिविंग इन अ यूनिपोलर वर्ल्ड जहाँ पर सिर्फ एक सुपर पावर है और यूएस की हेजेमनी मिलिट्री एस्पेक्ट्स में भी देखने को मिलती है बिकॉज देयर मिलिट्री इज़ beyond any other country's military. Then we know about the economic power, how great an economy the American economy is and कितनी सारी चीज़ें वो public goods provide करते हैं जो like you know all SLOCs and internet and MBA degree and all of these things. So these public goods that they give us, and like we also understood कि how American culture is viewed as the most ideal culture in the world. हम कैसे we always look up to USA for its culture and that is hegemony as a hard soft power. But now हमें ये तो पता है कि hegemony है और कैसे कैसे ways में वो manifest करती है हमारे world में. But now we need to understand कि इस hegemony पे constraints भी कैसे किस प्रकार के कंस्ट्रेंट्स है, किस प्रकार की लिमिटेशंस हैं कि ये यूएस हेजेमनी जो है पूरे वर्ल्ड में प्रेवलेंट है, क्या इसको तुम चैलेंज कर सकते हो और क्या इस हेजेमनी पे कुछ लिमिटेशंस हैं वर्ल्ड में या नहीं, कि दिस इज़ लाइक और इज दिस लाइक एन अनरिस्ट्रेन्ड like USA can do whatever they want and they can go they can go on without any repercussions. But we understand that there are like 3 points, there are 3 constraints, like limitations on this American power, there are limitations on US's power to exercise this hegemony in the world. So number 1 constraint on the American power is the institutional architecture of USA itself. अब institutional architecture of USA का मतलब क्या है? कहा जाता है कि the major constraint on US hegemony is hegemony itself. What does that mean? That means कि एक USA जो इतना पावरफुल है, इतनी बड़ी सुपर पावर है, जो इतना ज़्यादा डोमिनेंट कंट्री है और सबको डोमिनेट करता है, एंड दे हैव huge military power, they have huge economic power and they have a huge ideological impact and influence over the world. But what we need to understand is कि ये US से ही इसके अंदर ही कुछ ऐसे domestic constraints हैं, USA के within ही ऐसे people like for example mass media and the institutional architecture, like the division of powers between the executive, legislature and judiciary, and these things actually act as a check and balance. They act as a check on the US's exercise of their military powers, on their exercise of hegemony. Alright, so first point that we refer to is the institutional architecture of USA, division of powers between 3 branches of government. So what this means is कि जो major constraint, one of the major constraints on, or one of the major limitations on America's power, on USA's power, on their stronghold over like their power as a hegemon, is that there is a division of powers in USA between 3 organs of government. जैसे इंडिया में legislature, judiciary और executive के बीच में पावर्स डिवाइडेड होती हैं, उसी प्रकार से यूएसए में भी लेजिस्लेचर, एग्जीक्यूटिव और जुडिशियरी के बीच में पावर्स डिवाइडेड हैं. बट व्हाट दिस डज इज, फॉर एग्जांपल इन इंडिया व्हेन वी स्टडी अबाउट द इंडियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट, वी हैव स्टडीड अबाउट द फैक्ट दैट कैसे लेजिस्लेचर के पास कुछ पावर्स हैं, बट देन दे कैन ऑल्सो बी कंट्रोल्ड इन सम एस्पेक्ट्स बाय the executive, and also they can be, and then also legislature can actually put certain restrictions on the executive. Similarly, judiciary can put certain restrictions on executive, and the executive can also, executive actually appoints judges. In India, this is the Indian context. In USA, a similar division of power between 3 organs of government, 3 branches of government, that is the legislature, judiciary and executive, इस डिवीजन ऑफ पावर से, इस पावर शेयरिंग से क्या होता है? इस पावर शेयरिंग से इन यूएसए इटसेल्फ, it can act, this power sharing allows the legislature and the judiciary to keep a check on the executive. And ये check क्यों ज़रूरी है? Because the executive, like the president and all the office of the president basically, so the executive जो USA का executive power है, ताकि वो USA की मिलिट्री पावर को एक्सप्लॉइट ना करे, उसकी मिलिट्री पावर को इतना अनरिस्ट्रेन्ड मैनर में एक्सरसाइज ना करे. ऑलराइट, सो बेसिक मोटिव ऑफ a division of power between 3 organs of government is to keep a check and balance on the executive, to check the executive if it's actually exercising an unrestrained and immoderate kind of military powers. कि वो suppose for example if the executive passes a particular order to invade a country, but this particular order has to go through a certain amount of deliberation in the Congress of USA. That Congress of USA is similar to the Lok Sabha of India. So that is what I'm talking about. So this division of power जो legislature, executive और judiciary के बीच में division है, उसमें ही legislature और judiciary can actually control the actions of executive to a certain degree, ताकि वो उस पर चेक बना के रखे कि ये एग्जीक्यूटिव अपनी कंट्री दैट इज़ यूएसए, हमारी यूएसए की मिलिट्री पावर्स को बहुत ही अनरिस्ट्रेन्ड वे में एक्सरसाइज ना करे. मतलब बिना रोके, बिना समझे, कुछ भी बिना समझे और बिना रोके मिलिट्री का यूज़ ना करे, ताकि वो मिलिट्री को एक्सप्लॉइट ना करे एंड दे डू नॉट एक्सप्लॉइट अदर्स विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस मिलिट्री. सो एग्जीक्यूटिव पे ये हमेशा एक चेक इन बैलेंस मेंटेन रहता है. ये लेजिस्लेचर और जुडिशरी इंश्योर्स कि ये दे ऑलवेज इंश्योर दैट एग्जीक्यूटिव इज नॉट एक्सरसाइजिंग अनरिस्ट्रेन्ड एंड इमॉडरेट मिलिट्री पावर्स. ऑलराइट, so this particular point tells us कि division of powers between the 3 organs of the government is a major constraint on the US's hegemony. Alright, now the second point, open nature of the American society. हम जानते हैं कि the American society, the American culture is quite open. They very openly discuss about their issues, about political issues, economic issues, and the people of USA, the citizens of USA actually are very participative. They participate in these kind of discussions, and it's a very participatory democracy. All right. So this particular open nature of the American society is also a major constraint on the US hegemony, because as citizens of USA, they can see that their government is doing they are exercising their military power to a huge extent, which is not even necessary. So these citizens, the mass media, the press of USA, they keep a check on the methods and purposes of the government. They always try to criticize, analyze and discuss about कि गवर्नमेंट की क्या पर्पस है, क्या मेथड्स यूज़ कर रहे हैं, एंड इस तरीके से वो उनको क्रिटिसाइज करते हुए एक पब्लिक ओपिनियन को फ्रेम करते हैं. ठीक है. सो द मास मीडिया, द ओपन सोसाइटी ऑफ द ओपन नेचर ऑफ द अमेरिकन सोसाइटी एक्चुअली रेफर्स टू द पॉइंट कि उनकी मास मीडिया, द मीडिया चैनल्स एंड मीडिया लाइक पेपर, प्रिंट मीडिया एंड news and all these things, like basically the mass media of USA always tries to criticize, always tries to critically analyze कि government के purpose क्या है, government का method क्या है, and that acts as a constraint on the US military action overseas. इसका major example I can give you by telling you about the Vietnam War. हमने वियतनाम वॉर के बारे में पढ़ा था 10th ग्रेड में. अब उस वियतनाम वॉर के ड्यूरिंग व्हेन यूएसए हैड एक्चुअली इन्वेडेड वियतनाम, व्हाट हैपेंड? देयर वाज अ ह्यूज पब्लिक आउटक्राई within USA against this US action, and that is what led the world to believe that yes, USA is doing something wrong. So इसलिए जो USA की मास मीडिया, जो USA का ओपन सोसाइटी है, जो सिटीजन्स हैं, बिकॉज दे पार्टिसिपेट इन देयर democracy, they actually discuss, they actually deliberate over the issues and actions of government. तो उससे क्या होता है कि ये मास मीडिया में जब ये चीज़ें कवर होती हैं, जब मास मीडिया में ये एनालाइज करते हैं और क्रिटिसाइज करते हैं गवर्नमेंट के एक्शंस, दैट एक्ट्स एज अ कंस्ट्रेंट ऑन द एक्सरसाइज ऑफ मिलिट्री पावर. जैसे वियतनाम वॉर के ड्यूरिंग जब इतना बड़ा पब्लिक आउटक्राई, इतने सारे प्रोटेस्ट हुए थे बाय अमेरिकन सिटीजन्स देमसेल्व्स अबाउट एंड अगेंस्ट देयर ओन गवर्नमेंट, उससे पता चलता है कि मास मीडिया का कितना मेजर रोल है टू एक्चुअली पुट अ कंस्ट्रेंट, पुट अ लिमिटेशन ऑन द पावर्स ऑफ अमेरिका. ठीक है, सो मास मीडिया विद इन यूएसए इज एक्चुअली अ मेजर कंस्ट्रेंट ऑन US hegemony, all right, and US because mass media actually tries to shape public opinion, tries to convince people of and tries to show people what the government is doing, कि उनकी गवर्नमेंट एक्चुअली कर क्या रही है, वो ये लोगों को दिखाते हैं और फिर लोग भी इस चीज़ में पार्टिसिपेट करके बिकॉज ऑफ द ओपन नेचर ऑफ द अमेरिकन सोसाइटी एंड अ पार्टिसिपेटिव डेमोक्रेसी, दे ऑलवेज ट्राई टू analyze the purpose and method of the government, and this acts as a constraint on government actions. ये एक major limitation put करता है government के actions पे, all right, and this is a major constraint on US hegemony. Now the third, we all know about the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, that is the NATO, which was formed during the Cold War, all right. तो जो West European countries and USA के बीच में एक military alliance था, which said कि an attack on one shall be construed as an attack on all. So this military alliance is between democracies who follow market economies. What does that mean? कि जब NATO form हुआ था, why the NATO what formed was because USA knew that these countries are similar to me, their ideologies match, because वो सारी कंट्रीज कैपिटलिज्म फॉलो करती थी और डेमोक्रेसी फॉलो करती थी. सो दिस पर्टिकुलर एस्पेक्ट दैट दे हैड अ म्यूचुअल आइडियोलॉजी, they had a mutual understanding कि yes, we are following this ideology, we should be in alliance. So that particular alliance USA के लिए बहुत important है. ठीक है, USA will always want to serve its own purposes and own interests with the help of this alliance, because ये उनका alliance इतनी सारी democracies के साथ है, इतनी सारी market economies के साथ है, so that actually these countries, so that is actually a huge advantage for USA, because these are, it's basically USA has friends, all right. Allies means friends, so US is friends with these countries, with the NATO countries, the countries that had signed the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. They are a part of this particular organization, the NATO. So these countries are friends of the USA. These countries provide the USA उनका USA का national interest और major उनके जितने भी उनके interests हैं वो fulfill करती हैं ये countries, all right. और this particular fact that these countries are important to USA, this will act as a constraint on US hegemony, because these countries will be able to moderate the exercise of US hegemony. How? ये ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? Just because they are friends, how will they actually, moderate US's powers? Because an ally is always, if a country is an ally with another country, there is always a give and take relationship, all right. So they can always put certain sanctions on certain trade, on certain things, if they do not agree with whatever USA is doing, and this particular thing can act as a huge constraint on US hegemony, because US would never want to do anything against its ally, because this alliance is very important to USA in terms of economy, in terms of military especially, all right. So ये alliance की मतलब these countries, the NATO countries which are friends, they will always, USA will always want to remain their friends, all right. USA would never want them to suddenly break away from this treaty organization, and that is why these countries also have certain moderate, they can actually in some little ways, they can always moderate the exercise of US hegemony. They can always put certain degree of constraint or limitation on US's exercise of its military power or its military power and its dominance over the world. All right, तो NATO जो है वो बहुत important organization है, which is like one of the major constraints. This is one of the most important constraints on the American power, because NATO countries are one of the major sources जहाँ से constraints and limitations आती हैं US hegemony पर. Alright, so with that, we are done with this particular subtopic, which included the constraints on American power. In first point was the division of powers acts as a check on the executive from exercising its military power immoderately. Then second is कि कैसे अमेरिका का नेचर, अमेरिकन सोसाइटी का नेचर बहुत ओपन है और मास मीडिया कितना क्रिटिसाइज करती है. विद द एग्जांपल ऑफ वियतनाम वॉर, हाउ द मास मीडिया क्रिटिसाइजेज एंड एनालाइजेज गवर्नमेंट के क्या फंक्शंस, क्या पर्पस है, क्या मेथड्स हैं, एंड दिस वे दे कैन एक्चुअली पुट अ कंस्ट्रेंट ऑन यूएसएस एक्सरसाइज ऑफ मिलिट्री पावर. ठीक है. एंड देन द लास्ट वन विच इज द मेन पॉइंट अबाउट द नेटो, हाउ दिस particular alliance is so important to USA कि कभी भी these countries can actually try to moderate कि US अपनी hegemony कैसे, क्या US अपनी dominance कैसे exercise कर रहा है world पे. Alright.